Hello once again and welcome to another one of my videos. For today's video we are going to add on to one of my series, which is the Time Machine series. What that means is we are going to explore one comic book and go back in time and take a look at the great artwork and the great story within, and we'll focus on just the one comic book to go through and explore. All right, so if you want to know what book we're going to take a look at next, come on back and join me after the short video intro. Alright, we're back. Comic Sniper here, along with my lovable sidekick, Mark III, my flying Iron Man there. Say hello. And today we are presenting another in my series, Time Machine, where we're going to take a look at a comic book, take us back in time, where we will focus in on one specific comic book, and we'll take a look at the goodness, the art goodness inside, as well as the story. And today's comic book we are featuring is Uncanny X-Men number 212. This is, of course, the first actual fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. And this is part of the Mutant Massacre saga that is going on in this area right in this time. I believe this is around 1986. It says December, so 86, 87 is when this would be the time of this book. So that's how far we are going back in time. We're going to take a look at inside. Of course, the Chris Claremont story. That's just phenomenal. I think this is some of his best work as far as storytelling is concerned. As far as the cover is concerned, probably I got to be honest, it's probably not one of my favorite. I know for a lot of people, you know, they really love this cover, and there's nothing wrong with that. Definitely, it's just for my taste. I feel that it's a little bit on the messy side. I like a cleaner. A cleaner type of art, a little more of a horror genre kind of feel to it. And not that there's anything bad with that. I do like the horror genre series myself, but not compared to, especially in this series. This seems to take away. This feels a little different from that. All right, and I know the artist on this is Rick Lenardi. So here. Let's take a look. December 1986. So there you go. And then of course Chris Claremont, Rick Leonardi, and the rest of the gang. All right, so we open with Wolverine on the page here. As you can see, I love this costume of his. This is probably my favorite costume, the brown and tan color. I know even more so than the yellow and black. But as you see here, he's working through the catacombs with a lot of dead bodies. These are mostly Morlocks, as you can see there. These are the Morlocks. They're the underground mutants, and they're getting slaughtered. And Wolverine is doing some reconnaissance work here. Okay, so as it stands, Wolverine moves silently through the carnage, alert from the slightest sound, smallest move, faintest of scent. So he's a tracker, right? Of course he's got enhanced senses, and it's been a long time since he's seen a slaughter like this. So he's no stranger to death and destruction. And then of course he's got his rats, and Wolverine snarls at him. His reaction is immediate and instinctive. He bares his fangs and growls. Look at that. Awesome. So that's his animal side coming out. Wasted effort. It just comes with that. He's just saying this is just what comes naturally to them. Too many bodies with no one, no place, no time to bury them. So and then what's that? Betsy Braddock, the Psylocke, telepaths in to talk to Wolverine. Storm asked me to mind link with you to get a report, and then so he starts talking with her. Stay out of my thoughts, darling. It ain't pretty. And check that out. I remember drawing this figure, just the way he's, really intensely thought out. I thought that was such a great pose. Anyways, as far as the story is concerned, he's just he's still combing through the catacombs. He's asking for updates, and then they're talking about how the rest of the X-Men just got their asses whooped, I believe. So, and Psylocke's not part of the X-Men yet, right? You're a stranger, girl. You're not. You're only just met the X-Men, so this is early on in their introduction. And he goes off. I gotta go, girl. I got work to do. I'll be in touch. As he sets off into the tunnels. And then in our next page, we got. She's of course working with Cerebro, right? Trying to use that to enhance her psychic abilities, and of course she's worried about everything as well. She's in the school here, and then in the next panels here you can see that the X-Men they're pretty much licking their wounds. They got sorely whooped. We got Dr. McTaggart. We got Magneto there. He's head of the he's headmaster of the school right now. At this time, and of course Rogue is the team leader, and that's what's her name, Callisto. She's the head of the Morlocks, and then they're looking after their wounded right now, and that's what happens in the war, they said, right? And they know that it's who was it, Nightcrawler's lying there, So Storm is the leader right now, so she's taking it pretty hard how they got beat, right? So, and that's what this is all about. And then you got Kitty Pryde is in a state of phase. She can't unphase. And then you got Colossus there. He's in his armor state. See, permanent phase. Right there. And as she goes through, Storm takes it really hard, right? And she runs off. She doesn't think she can lead the team. She can't handle responsibility, so she makes a nice high dive into the water. And then once she flew, the weather was hers to command. But those days powers are long gone. Right, that's right. This is when she didn't have her weather powers, but she's still pretty strong, pretty agile in mind, and that's why she was still able to lead the X-Men. But she's definitely not she's considering that now, right? So here's Colossus talking to Psylocke, and then his injuries finally catches up with him, and he topples over. Imagine having the size of that thing fall on top of you. It's like he's in metal form at this time, so he weighs a ton. So, and of course we've got Rogue here, and then Psylocke messages her, to help her get this guy off of me, and so Rogue leaves and flies off, and goes to to aid and lifting him up, because she's really strong. And then she's saying that maybe I should boy, like a statue, how about I absorb his powers? But he says no, that will kill him for certain, because he's got a lot of injuries at this time, right? So she takes off, and he's got Magneto there, and we cut back to Wolverine. Psylocke, and he's thinking about Psylocke and what's going on, trouble with the mansion and the Marauders. Um, he says, too many trails here. Take forever to follow them all. Another X Factor track, maybe with the Marauder scent, and yeah, there's this has a lot of I believe Thor, the mutant babies, what were they called? Um, they were part of this whole thing as well as X Factor, and then we got Wolverine there, Cyclops, Angel, Iceman, Beast. They were the original X-Men, and as he's continues on, says. Um, it says a female scent. I know as well as I do my own, but that can't be. Right? And then gotta be my mistake. And then slash, and he gets taken out. Look at that. Boom. He got caught. But before we get to that, we'll go back to the mansion. We got Rogue flying around, and of course she. Storm is still trying to deal with herself. A little bit of a drama here in this side, but of course, you can't. It's not all action, but definitely. And then they got Colossus back into the infirmary, and they're trying to help him out. And then the best person to do that is, of course, Magneto, because he says steel. Even Colossus' unique organic variety is a ferrous compound and such susceptible to my magnetic power. So he's doing good here. So he's gonna try to cure him. As you can see, he starts working with Colossus, do his thing. Right, that looks cool. This is and here you got this cool panel, that multi-panel with one shot really. And as you can see, this is the areas where he's sustained damages, right? All the glowing areas right there. He says where did it say that? I can't remember where he had that. I think it was here, where he explains that about Colossus's. Here he says he cannot bleed in the accepted human sense. Magneto says softly. Instead, he loses energy through those blast points. His condition is far worse than I suspect. It's a miracle he even survived this long. So it's all those white areas. That's what he's bleeding energy through that. That's what he's saying. So he's trying to repair him. And then he says. Says easy Magneto, see for yourself. And then he finds that I don't understand. He should be fully recovered, but he's not. He's paralyzed. He's fused together. So things are definitely not going their way. And then we cut back to Wolverine. You ought to be ashamed, bub. Oh, this is when it gets really good. I know that voice. Figured he'll be here. Massacres are his stock in trade. Here he is, and then I've had more trouble taking out rank amateurs. He says, and then they have a little talk, right? From a pro like you, Wolverine, I expect better. And he goes, life's full of little disappointments. As he kind of wipes his chin. And here we go. There he is. Sabretooth. He says, you shrimp were always mine. Glad to see you, Sabretooth. Been a while. The old man Sabretooth is a prisoner of the Morlock healer. So yeah, this is the guy he's looking for, the healer. So this can help a lot of people out if Wolverine gets a hold of him. Still breathing too. He's not and he's still alive. But not hurt bad. He's good to break us if he could get him home intact. But if Sabretooth even a hint of how important the healer is, he'll gut him. So Sabretooth doesn't actually know how important the healer is at this point. And here we go. I must live right. That'll be the day. You're part of this? Yep. Mr. Sinister is dealing a game that don't allow for wild cards like the Morlocks or you ex-chumps either. He's so here we go. He's got so he sent the Marauders to resolve the situation because we're the very best at what we do. Just like Wolverine, just like you used to be. Yeah. Here we go. And then could have chopped you smooth as sin while you were dreaming, bub. But where's the sport in that? When I kill you, Logan, old son, I want you to see it coming. Talk is cheap, bub. Here we go. And he flies off. Show me. Woo! That is intense. So here we go. This is the fight. Oh, not quite. So we got a little more dialogue between Storm. Oh, sorry. This is this is Rogue, and then they pick up Storm's vest, which kind of represents her as the leader of the X-Men, and then shows her there. And then Callisto's wearing it, right? And tells her, she's not getting off that easy. She can't just give up. Sorry, that the vest is that represents the leader of the Morlocks, not the X-Men. And then so they go running through the woods, and then they kind of have a little tussle of their own. And then here we go. Here's where we get to the good part. It says in the tunnels. Love the taste of blood, boy. So as they're going at it, tooth and nail, especially yours. So both of them has claws. You're fast. I'm faster. You're strong. I'm stronger. You kill. I'm a killer. Your fancy claws can't cut what they can't hit. So they're slashing and hitting each other. Check that out. As Sabretooth just rips his Wolverine's uniform apart. And your hotsy-totsy healing factor won't save you. Won't save you when I rip your heart out. So they're just like pure animals at this point. They just love this, the pure fight. This is cute. But no cigar. What are you doing? And he starts to hit the columns, bringing down the house. He says here, tunnels was weak. I figured it wouldn't take much to collapse it. We ain't finished, both you and me. As he gets buried underneath the rubble, not by a long shot. Maybe not, but this fight is by the time you dig through the rubble, you find we'll be long gone and safe. You're right, Sabretooth. You're the killer. I'm a man who sometimes kills. That's the difference. We're too evenly matched. We could have fought till doomsday with neither of us winning, because they both heal really fast. And in the younger days, I'd have given that a shot for the fun of it. Just like Sabretooth Road was easier then. But for now, right, I've learned about honor. A hard road more often than not. And he goes off. It's, but worth the effort. So that's a true hero, right? Rather than doing what feels right, he does what is right. And we cut back to, and then the last, of course, Callisto wants to earn, because she lost the fight to Storm, and Storm was able to gain, to become the leader of the Morlocks in the previous issues, and now Callisto wants to earn it back. She just doesn't want to be handed it. So So that's why Storm is back to wearing it again. All right, there it is. So in the last, Wolverine's coming back with the healer. You know, he's sorely needed, and Rogue's there to meet him, along with Thunderbird. And then something happens. Everybody undercover, and then some sort of energy wave. He says, energy wave, feel the atmosphere overpressure, a split second before it hit. And then that's red hot. So something just went through the tunnel. It was like a plasma, and that's where it ends. It says, learn the fate of the New Mutants, and in the New Mutants, number 48, Psylocke. All right, so that's it, boys and girls. That is the Uncanny X-Men number 212, and that epic fight, that epic first fight between Wolverine. That's what I loved about this this book, between Wolverine and Sabretooth. To me, that's so memorable, and I'll have to continue because this is to be continued, and they continue the fight in 213, which I will focus on I'll make that part 2 of the series. All right. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining me on this one, on this time machine look back at the Uncanny X-Men number 212. Again, very iconic issue and story. So and then thank you. And once again, I'd like to thank all my people who watch my videos and subscribers. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. All right, that helps a lot. And then, of course, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Tell me what your experience is with this book or the series, and I'd love to carry it on in the conversation. So with that, Comic Sniper here, along once again with Mark III, saying goodbye for now, and watch for number 213 on the next series, Time Machine. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.